This channel is for educational purposes only. We show you the how-tos. This should not be constituted as financial advice. Please contact a professional in that area to let you know what you should do with your money. Moments like this kind of bring into focus what Leicester Bill Allen was trying to do up until his death last June. He was the founder of the new Black Wall Street, not too far from where I'm at, in a little town called Lithonia, Georgia. It's right on I-20, about 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta. What Mr. Allen had accomplished in this time as a philanthropist and a developer, he had purchased one of the former Target stores. It just so happens that Target this week has announced the rollback of their DEI initiatives, right? So Mr. Allen had the bright idea years back to purchase one of these properties and set up what is called the new Black Wall Street market. Now, this market, I've been there a few times, and it's a collection of Black-owned businesses filled with Black-owned products, very Afrocentric focused, and trying to set the blueprint for what business in our community should be. Now, also, what you would get out of the tour there when you're going your shopping is the information that he was trying to put forth. He had a school not too far from the New Birth church where it was an entrepreneurial school, is teaching people how to become better businessmen. There was a plan in action to purchase the mall that's right across the street from that Wall Street, that entire area. There's already another hub that he owns, a huge building there in that same complex. But as I said, the founder himself had passed away in June, so roughly about 8 or 9 months ago. And this is what happens in our community when visionaries like that pass away, and we're left wondering who is going to pick up that torch. Now, I'm bringing all this stuff to this discussion because here we are yet again in a situation where some decisions are made on the corporate level that will directly impact the buying experience of African American customers. This rollback of the DEI initiatives by those three major retailers, we're talking Walmart, Amazon, and Target, it has rubbed African Americans the wrong way. And before the ink was even dry on the announcement, many in the community are already talking boycott. But what usually happens with boycotts, they are short-lived. And let's just keep it at that. In the process, these retailers, however misguided their decision was, still employ thousands of African American individuals. They still support hundreds of African American owned businesses. And we have to take that into account. Are we simply shooting off our noses just to spite our faces? Or are we going to actually affect some changes? I think what Mr. Allen was doing was affecting some changes. And it takes more time to do that. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to start and follow through on a boycott. But again, it's short-lived. And usually there are no goals in mind. What I am suggesting tonight as an alternative is something called precision purchasing. Now, as a consumer, we know what products we want to support and why we support them. But it doesn't stop there. I think in addition to having your objections to shopping at these stores, maybe teach them a lesson by hitting them in the pocket, preserving some of those Black-owned dollars before you go into the stores. But again, at some point in time, when you're talking about retailers this big, where are you going to go to get those necessities, or are you just going to try to do without? Life is not constructed in 2025 to do that anymore. It's not like it was in the 60s, where you didn't have this overwhelming presence of these corporations. You had local stores that you could support or not support. You could go a town over and get what you needed. But now it's just not that way. So, this concept of precision purchasing needs to be explored until we can kind of follow through on the blueprint that Mr. Allen had put out. I think precision purchasing is just going to be the way to go in addition to your boycotting efforts. Find out more about the products that you're buying, educate yourself as a consumer. If it is the goal that you want to support these Black owned products, try buying directly from those distributors. How you do that, there were several sites. One I created that listed a lot of Black owned businesses, banks, hotels, restaurants. I had to let it go because number one, a lot of those businesses started failing, especially through the COVID years. But number two, people just didn't know about it and they didn't see it. Now I still have some of the data out there, but it took me months to gather that restaurant information. I don't know how many restaurants actually went out of business during the time I started the list to the time I just ultimately took down the website. But it was a bunch. There were at least 4 or 5 of them in my little town. Came and went. Great places to eat, but didn't last long. We have to we have to stop doing that. There's a couple of sites out there that still do it. I believe there's one called Eat Okra, and I'll make the link here on this site. Check it out. Try to get with those customers for just that one purchase. We're talking about meals here, right? I've done some content on the True Detergent brand. This is a Black owned, Muslim owned, veteran owned corporation. I had a chance of meeting those individuals and one of their representatives, which is like one of their daughters. And they are about that business. They are located about in College Park, Georgia. Manufacture their own goods, market their own goods, and distribute their own goods. It's a major operation. Now, some of the other companies over in that area where they're at is an industrial park. Clorox has a facility out there. Major biochemical labs and distribution points out there, but they own their own brand, own their own shop, do their own bottling. We have to take that approach. Support can come in more than just boycotting. It can come by just supporting those brands. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I am not too amped on boycotting just yet. I need to know what we're going to do long term instead of having this knee jerk reaction that we always come back to, and just plot my actions accordingly. I'll talk to you later.